In a field, Meredith Morakovitz has the Clubhouse Report presented by your local Ford stores. And Meredith, I know the mantra of the team is always looking forward to the next game and not behind, but boy, if they could just find a way to look a little bit to last night and the way that offense performed up and down the lineup, as Flash said, they could be in good shape today.
Bob, really a great effort all the way around. You look at Garrett Cole, 7 2/3 dazzling innings out of him, 11 strikeouts along the way. And then that offense putting up 6 runs. One thing we have not seen throughout the course of this season with the Yankees offense is consistency from game to game. But one thing we've been seeing from one guy, LeMahieu, is that consistency as of late. He blasted 2 solo shots yesterday. It was the first time he had a multi-home run game since May 7th of 2021. And you look at him over the last 30 games, he's hitting .331, whereas the first 76 games of the season, he was batting just .220. And Aaron Boone continually said, there is more in there when it comes to LeMahieu. We just need to figure out how to unlock him. Well, I caught up with Yankees hitting coach Sean Casey earlier and asked him exactly how they were able to do so.
You know what? I mean, listen, I think you have to get a relationship with, show these guys that they can trust you first off. But I think the biggest thing with DJ is, I personally believe you don't win batting titles in both leagues and not eventually get going and eventually get your feels. When I watched DJ, Joe, the first day I got here, like just the way he works in the cages, I think a big thing with him is really finding that right field gap and then right field, because for me that opens up the left side for him. So I just feel like in the last month and a half or so, he's really found where he's really good at, and it's open up the pull side for him.
2 home runs last night. We've seen a little bit more power lately. What do you make of that?
You know what? I think he's getting good pitches to hit out over the plate. And like I said, I really believe when he's driving the ball that way, that's when he drives the ball that way. And, for us last night, he got a couple pitches out over the plate, was able to get the bat head out and drive him out of the park.
Now, it doesn't get any easier for you guys tonight as an offense. Tyler Glasnow on the mound. What's the biggest key against a guy like that?
Well, I think a big thing with Glasnow is, we've got to be able to keep him in the zone. He's a north to south guy. You don't want to really chase that curveball. He wants to get you to 2 strikes where you could chase. So hopefully we're hunting something up in the zone and we can get to him early.
What's looked different from Stanton lately? Because it seems like he's found a little bit of a groove.
You know what? G's a really a field guy too. He goes out to hit early by himself. He knows what he wants to do, and I think when he starts to get that feel and letting the ball get to where he wants it in back in his zone, he's able to drive the ball literally like nobody in the big leagues. I mean, you saw the other day when he hit that ball to right center, broke his bat. I mean, it was incredible. So, he's starting to really get that feel back of his contact point.
Feeling good about tonight?
Yeah, really good. Every night.
And that is one of the things that players love about Sean Casey, that positivity, that energy. It kind of just comes straight through the screen. He's certainly out there all the time working with guys like LeMahieu and Giancarlo Stanton. As far as Stanton is concerned, he was on base twice yesterday, 2 RBIs. He is back in the lineup playing right field. Aaron Judge will DH tonight. No Anthony Volpe. He has the evening off. Aaron Boone said that he texted him last night and said, we're going to give you tomorrow off, but you'll probably be in there at some point in time. Even though he hasn't started every game this season, guys, he has appeared in every game for the Yankees this season. Aaron Boone expects that very well could continue this evening. So it's going to be Oswald Peraza at shortstop and then Isaiah Kiner-Falefa in there at third base. And that brings us to our Morgan & Morgan injury report. Both Anthony Rizzo and also Josh Donaldson were over at the minor league complex today. They were getting some live at-bats. Aaron Boone said he believes it was Luis Heel that was on the mound throwing to him. Donaldson could start a rehab assignment fairly soon, and he said there is a chance that you could see him in the Bronx again this season. As far as Anthony Rizzo, he continues to amp up the baseball activity. Really no time frame on when he could potentially be back, but Rizzo feels as though there's value in trying to make it back this season, as does Aaron Boone. So they are not even right now considering shutting him down for the rest of the season.